Okay, so let's take a look at how you can upload JSON data into ArangoDB Cloud. So if you haven't signed up to ArangoDB Cloud, what you can do is just go to arangodb.com, and here you can see the option to try, right? So the cloud platform is known as Arango Graph Insights platform, right? Here you can sign up for free and get 14 days, right? Simply click on accept. It should open page like this. Here you can input the email address and password, right? Then you can continue, and it should basically open the dashboard that looks something like this. Here I'm going to click on the dashboard option, where you can see the deployment block. So in this block you will have to select one of the cloud service, say Azure or AWS or GCP, right? One out of these three you have to select. Once you do that, you can deploy it, and then it should open page that looks something like this. As you can see here, I picked Google Cloud Platform. I picked the region Iowa, USA, right? And then simply created the endpoint like this here, right? There is also root password which you can view or simply copy, right? And after this, what you can do is simply go to the web interface. That's where we are going to upload the data, right? There is one more thing here. You can see import data option. So it allows you option to upload data in various ways. For example, here you can see from existing ArangoDB instance. So for that, you will have to give the credential to that database and move your existing data to this particular endpoint, right? Then there are JSON documents. So we are going to try one of these, but through our own file, right? So ArangoDB client tools you can use and import the data, and then connect that to your Insights platform. So we'll take a look at client tools. So just click on it. Here you can see the download page. So I will cover this part separately. As you can see, it is basically for Windows you have option. So let's take a look at that. So here, as you can see, they have like options for client tools and servers. So if you want to run the server locally, you will use server. Client tools for uploading your documents or connect your existing database to cloud and so on. So use client tools option, and as they explained, you can use that to upload your data to that particular database on cloud, right? Click OK, because this is not the method that we will follow for now. Third option being CSV document. So we are not going to cover this, but just so you know, you can also use client tools that you download from the downloads page and import your CSV data through that client tool to cloud data, right? Then finally there is TSV document, where you have TSV data that you can put into your ArangoDB database through client tools, right? So that is one of the option that you have. Click OK, and that should work, right? Now let's go through our method of uploading JSON data into ArangoDB on cloud. So we have web-based interface here, right? So I'm going to use root and then password, and then we will have to choose the database where I wish to upload that JSON data. So I will choose that database, right? Now the next part is we will have to upload the data through the collection option, right? So as you can see, if you click on collection tab, what you have is I already have these two collections. So if I want to add new, I will click on add collection. Now here, let's say I will use name as StoreDB, because I want to upload data that is specific for the store, right? So the JSON data I will upload will contain some of the documents that are store specific. So I will use StoreDB. Now what I will do is I will use save option, right? So as you can see, our StoreDB is created here. So first part is completed. We logged into our ArangoDB dashboard, went to create a collection, created one of the collection here, and as you can see, currently we don't have anything here, right? And we want to add JSON data into this particular collection. So at the top bar here you can see option to download your documents in JSON format, which is export. There is another option, upload document from JSON file. So we'll use this method to upload the JSON data. So click on this, then we will use browse button to go to the location where I have the file. So as you can see, I have orders file here. I will select that, then click open. Alright, once you see the orders.json selected here, the total path won't be visible but just the file name, right? Click on import JSON, and as you can see, it will add all the JSON data within that document into our collection as individual document. So each document would contain one entry. Here you can see car ID, credit card type, their name and price. This was for one document. If we move on to another, it will have another entry, right? Then we have third document, 1 2 3 4 5, right? All the fields there, right? Like this, as you can see, you have all these options, and at the bottom you can see the amount of documents that you just imported, right? So all these entries you can simply query as well. So for doc in StoreDB return doc. So if I execute this, here you can see total 1000 documents, and they will be possible for you to view in a tabular format, right? So this part was about importing JSON data into your collection, right? So we created that part. Now let's go back to collection. Now that our StoreDB has these set of documents, it has their own ID, key and revision ID. Right now all of this data along with the previously uploaded JSON data, now things have expanded and I want to back up this new data, and for that I want to use export option, right? So what I will do, I will use this download document as JSON file, right? So here you see, please be careful, if no filter is set, the whole collection will be downloaded, which is what we want. Click on download JSON. Now here you see total data is 191 KB and it says results demo.json, right? And if we check this, what we can do, we can rename this now. Let's say results StoreDB, right? And we can save the file. Now if I want to check this, I can use either some text file or I can use Visual Studio Code, right? So let's view that in Visual Studio Code. Let it load based on your current formatting. So I'm not sure it has managed to show me the JSON data properly, but as you can see, a lot of things are mixed here. So what I can do is I can close this. Instead of opening this through Visual Studio Code, I can open with another app, right? So let's show more options here, and here we have one text editor, editpad lite. I can also use notepad, but let's go with this for change. And here you see the data is now much clearer. We don't have wrap option for some reason, so let's see if we can do that. Word wrap. Okay, so with word wrap I can still clearly view this, and between one entry another entry and so on. So it's kind of like mixture. However, if we upload the same file now again back into our cloud account, it will format properly like this. So pretty much we have managed to do import and export of JSON data to and from ArangoDB Cloud, right? You can also do the same within your local ArangoDB server as well, but I managed to do this on cloud account.